Hello, everyone. This is the entire love scene from the Ecstasy and the Ignominy, which I thought I would read to you. Now, if you're shy about such things, then I would advise you to move on now. But I thought about making this scene less detailed, but because the word ecstasy is in the book title, I thought I had to at least make it a little more intense. And I will say that this is very unique because the narration goes back and forth between the characters, so I'll tell you when it switches. At first, this is Catherine's narrative. In that moment, I surrendered all inhibition, all moral pretense. I said farewell to heaven's caress, to the piety of dawn, and embraced the rapture of the incarnation. Between the sky and the earth, all prosaic gales became impassioned sonnets, turning nature into a blissful ballad. Edward's eyes were like starlit nights. They captured the memories and emulations of twilights gone by. He was a midnight that had been forged by my gazes and refined by my touch. The sun can only resist midnight for so long. Eventually, it must be reborn as moonlight, becoming one with the stars that it loves. As our lips met, we effloresced into supernal violets, like water alchemizing into gold. Our souls intermingled with the radiances of day, lost jewels in a world that had turned away from beauty. Our thoughts were guided by one voice, but we felt with the hearts of many. We were like wistful constellations falling from paradise. Heaven became a ghost to us, and our fire, the Promethean flame that turned poetry into impassioned witchcraft, burned forevermore. As we stepped under the autumn foliage, it was as though I had entered into a fantasy meant only for fays and kings. Crimson light shone through the tree lines, enveloping us like an auspicious memory. The descending leaves whispered in the wind, joining nature's sonorous choir. The kiss brought me to life, making me feel as if I had bloomed for 1,000 ages, an immortal garden in a dying world. Now it's switching to Edward's narrative, Edward's narrative continued. As I parted from her lips, it was like leaving a sunrise envisioned by gods and poets. Every so often, the sublimity of nature will manifest in human form, embracing the beauteousness of the sea, as well as the majesty of undiscovered welkins. It seemed as if the world had taken the best parts of itself and placed them into her, its living incarnation. She was conceived by water and stardust, the breath of earthly divinity, and could only be made mortal again by the satiation of a passion that was not hers to relinquish. Catherine backed into the spangling light, almost too perfect for this world. She sauntered behind a burgeoning maple tree, like a fairy ascending into paradise. It was as though I was waiting for the dawn to be reborn. In everyone's life there comes a time where insularity is purged away, and the twilight of youth, that lustrous haven where nightingales sing, becomes privy to sensations known only to the alchemies of earth and spirit. We do not become men when purity dies, nor when innocence reveals its final mystery. To know oneself is to be a child, but to know love, the nectar that nourishes all ecstasy, is to be a god. Like a blithesome sky in need of absolution, she returned to my sight, embodying the radiance that is denied to winter. Her bare breasts ripened under the aureate pageantries, making it seem as if the dawn would never end. A violescent fulgency environed her callipygian frame, turning her into a living Arcady, and for a moment the moon, veiled by the glory of day, became envious of the sun. Catherine's narrative continued. I stood before him, a corporeal aurora in bloom. I no longer felt the caress of God, nor the tenderness of unseen Edens. In the end, what did it matter? If the stars knew that their lights would eventually go out, would they not continue to dream? Would the wind and sea not continue to sing? As we embraced again, my soul took flight, a fallen angel who never thought she could shine so bright.